Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. We are in Little Italy. We were down here helping out some friends do some moving, and now we're on India. And as you can see, there's nobody else here. It's just me. It's the middle of a weekday, and we're chilling. This road is 2 lanes, one direction, and you can see maybe that there's a Sharrow actually in the left lane. So this is kind of a design where they expect people riding bikes to stay in that left lane. The Sharrow was faded though, and as you can see, there aren't that many. But I'm not making this up. This is for bikes because look, there's a little bike lane right here. Funny story though here at Laurel is if I make a right, there's no bike lane going under the 5 there. And it's also a monster hill. And I don't want to climb a monster hill right now. You can look up Laurel and find that ride here on the channel somewhere. But I want to go straight. Because if I go straight, I can get to Washington. And that's a pretty direct route to the uptown area. But there's no bike lane here. I mean, there's a faded line, I think. You see that? It's kind of a gutter there in the sunlight. And then we're in this tunnel and we got this faded gutter. So let's just assume that this is a bike lane. Because there was one at the light. You saw it. It was not only a narrow strip of paint, but also had a bicycle painted in it. But now we're going to stay in this spot while we go through the tunnel. And then we come out to the light and we're just gonna enjoy this gutter. Somebody on the video about Goldfinch and taking Goldfinch to Renard to Laurel said, I'm curious how you're gonna get back up here. I think that was at Sean Low Key, and this is how I would do it. I could do Laurel, like I said, but if you want something a little more gradual, something a little more manageable, this is the only way to go. That's what I wanted, and frankly, I can't stand the idea that people on bikes only get like 1 or 2 options, As you can see, the bike lane dissolved. I don't know why. I don't know where they expect somebody on a bike would go. We had a bike lane, and now we do not. So I look over, I'm clear, figure I'll get on over here, but let's not fool ourselves. This is not a bike lane I'm going into. This is parking. I was optimistic about that red paint for a second, but then you can see that people are parking their cars because this is car parking. And this is a very high-speed road. This is, I guess, we can call this a service road along the side of the freeway. My understanding is that this is actually all subject to the expansion of the 5 if they ever want to do that. But highway expansion is, it's just so passé. And it never works, right? We know that expanding a freeway does not actually alleviate traffic. There's a thing called induced demand. And if this is your first time at this channel, or any channel about urban design or biking, and you're hearing induced demand for the first time, that's the idea that if you increase the capacity, you're simply going to increase the traffic on that road. Go ahead, give me a hard time for not stopping at that stop sign. I don't know if you noticed, the driver next to me didn't either. And I'm on this high-speed road. I want to keep pace with everybody else because I don't want drivers behind me getting annoyed. Although, as you can see, the drivers don't seem to be even using this lane. I have a feeling that they're all heading up to get onto the 5, which is the access is off to the left. So that's what's going on. I'm in a lane that people use when they want to stop at some of these businesses over here, and there are a bunch of businesses here. There's a hat shop and restaurants and bars and a dog daycare kind of a place, and useful things. And this is the Middletown area for those who don't know. We're down on the lower edge of it, and of course if you cross over, well, at this point Little Italy's done. If you cross over, we're at the 5, we're actually north of the airport, and you're getting into going parallel with a Marine base and Liberty Station and stuff like that. But this is riding on India. call me crazy. I think that this could be uh, designed to accommodate people riding bikes, especially since there is a bike lane that leads us right into it. So, I mean, this is a huge gap in the bike lane. And I could make a right at any point here, but I would just be going into a uh, really steep elevation in residential, and it'd be kind of windy. I want to stay direct. I want to keep the hill as gradual as possible. That's why I'm doing this. Oh, actually, we're passing a restaurant right now called Blue Water, which is a pretty banging seafood spot. And now we're getting into the more commercial area. There's an old taco shop that's been here for a long time, Mexican restaurant. And right there is a pub that I never go to because the owner put up a lot of protest when parking was removed for a bike lane on Washington. And well, I don't support businesses where the owners have come out against bike lanes. From here, we're going to make a right onto Washington. And the first thing you'll notice is that there are no flex posts or anything. There's not even paint. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. And from here, we are going to drive less and ride a bike. Thanks so much.